Assalamu alaikum. This is Megan Wyatt answering your question here at About Islam. So first of all, I want to say I'm not a scholar, so I can't give you some definitive Islamic answer. What I can offer you, however, is years of experience working with wives, working with couples in situations similar to yours, and bringing in an Islamic filter. And the first thing that kind of jumps out at me is you're talking about your parents and what they want you to do regarding your career, regarding your future. And here you have your wife on the other side who's asking about her career and future, and you're in the middle going, well, what am I supposed to do that's best for me too? I'd like to kind of break up that triangle a little bit and ask you to momentarily remove your parents from the decision-making process, from the pressure that you're feeling. And I'd like you to think about sitting down, just you and your wife, and asking the question, what do you guys want for your future? What do you envision is your ideal family life? What do you envision is your ideal future? Raising children, inshallah, being a part of a community. What do you want to build together? Because right now, the entire premise of the question is based sort of on money, income, career, and technical career path development, which is fine to a point, except when it starts to get in the way of you and your wife being able to build your own life. And so I know that maybe this is a bit of a break from the way you're used to thinking, but it's really important for you as a man to prioritize your wife as you two develop your life. Your parents had the opportunity to develop their life, to make their own decisions, to choose their goals, to do what they thought was best for them. And it's time for you two, you and your wife, to do that together. So really digging deep heart to heart. What do you guys want for your futures? What makes you both light up with happiness? The idea that your parents don't feel it's ideal for you to change doesn't necessarily mean that it's not ideal for you to change. It doesn't mean that you're giving something up. It doesn't mean that you're letting something go. Sometimes the path that we need to take towards our dreams, whether that's a family and relationships, children and community and career, they don't necessarily, go in a straight line, right? Our path can go a little bit like this for us to get to where we want to go. So sometimes other people have a very specific, narrow-minded kind of view of the only way to be successful and the only way to do things. But what's important is for you to ask yourself, is this advice that you're receiving, or is this perspective one that you really agree with deep in your heart? Is it one that matches the vision you have for yourself? And then frankly, having a wife who right now is telling you she's willing to leave their relationship really should say a lot. It's not just about the career as much as is her feeling valued, her feeling that her needs matter, that her vision matters, that her dreams matter too, because she's also a full human being. So really my best advice to you both is to sit down and have a very candid conversation about your dreams and her dreams, your vision of what you wanted to build together when you got married, and maybe how that vision has even changed. And is there still a way to kind of make everybody happy, but just maybe not all at the same time? So think about it as if, you do this now, then eventually that leads to this, which eventually gets you here. And then in the end, everyone is honored and heard, but it just may not happen all at the same time. So if she wants to practice medicine and she wants to be able to find a position, and it's absolutely impossible for her to find one where you guys live, and it's really important for her to continue. And if it's important to you that she continues, okay, so that part's really important. So it's obviously important to her. Is it important to you that she continues? Then you're looking at a sacrifice you both have to make for each other's happiness and for each other's development. If, however, you don't prioritize her own passion in medicine and her own dreams of what she's doing, then there's going to be a conflict whether or not your parents are involved at all. And that's why I said for a moment, maybe consider just kind of taking them out of the equation, because I really want to get inside of you. What do you really think? What do you really feel? What are your beliefs? If, your expectation, knowing that you married someone, I assume, that is going to be a doctor, is that now she's just going to give everything up because you're comfortable where you're at, that of course is going to be really challenging, right? That's going to be unfair to her. And you also mentioned that the only choice you had left was for you two to both, move to another city and serve humanity together. And that choice is not a bad choice. It's almost sounded like a negative. Of course, that's how I was reading the tone. But almost like it was painful that, oh no, you guys would have to move somewhere else and you'd get a temporary position and work and you guys would then become doctors together and serve humanity. That would be amazing. So think about, again, you and your wife, your future, your visions, your dreams, You only have each other at the end of the day, right? You guys are building a family together. Your parents, and all of our parents, they are of an older generation. They made their decisions, and it's really important for them to step back and let you two figure out what your best decisions are. And that truly is my best advice. Otherwise, the marriage is going to fall apart. This must be very important to her. And again, I want to emphasize, I don't think it's about the job. It is about the job, but it's also about something much, much bigger than the job itself. And that is her ability to be valued, to be heard, for you two to chart your own course, for her to also be able to chart her own course, perhaps without the influence of your parents. So think about it. Let me know what you think. Feel free to write back in. If you have any more details to share, I'd be happy to receive them. And please take care. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide you to what's best. Assalamu alaikum.